So, Space Engineers Update 1.108 came out yesterday, and that features, more than anything else, the inclusion of planets. Long-awaited feature in Space Engineers. Many people are thrilled about it, and it's just a big deal. But the question comes down to, what if you have an existing world that you made before this, that you want to continue playing and would like to have planets in it, but you don't want to start it over again? Well, there is a way to do it. So I'm going to go into Load World here, and I'm going to load up. Here's an existing save. I'm going to do Save As. Adding a planet. That's a good, obvious name for it in this case. Alright, now I'm going to select that one I just saved as, and I'm going to edit the settings, and I'm going to change this to Creative. And I'm going to hit OK. And now I'm going to load this save that I just turned into a creative save. That is a temporary feature. Alright, so here we are in a pre-existing world. This is actually, some of you may recognize this somewhat as the fact that it is a copy of my Let's Play world that as it exists at episode 3, or after episode 3. Anyway, so I've been playing in this world for a while. It was created well before planets, but I'd like to have a planet in this world. Well, now that I've changed it into a creative save, temporarily, I will change it back to survival later. I go along here and I decide I'd like to have a planet over there, for example. I hit Shift F10 and it brings up the spawn menu. And this thing here, this drop down, select planets. Menu changes. Now here you can change the size of it, anywhere from 19 kilometers to 120 kilometers in diameter. And I'm going to, just for the sake of this, I'll just leave it 120. Alright, the seed, I think this different seed and radius produces different asteroid. Okay, this is not the diameter, this is the radius. Okay, let's put the radius down to about 24 kilometers, and I'm just going to hit Generate Seed a few times to make some random seed. And the type, you can have alien, Earth-like, Europa, Mars, Moon, test area, Titan, vegetation test. There's a whole bunch of things in here, and I'm going to make this one an Earth-like. And now, spawn asteroid. Bang. There we are. It is, there's two numbers there. The top number I have determined is the radius of the planet. The bottom number is the distance, not to the surface, but the distance to the center, where that mark is. And now, just for giggles, I'm going to get into my mining ship and fly over in that direction. Alright. Alright. Turn inertial dampeners off and accelerate, fly to that direction, and when I get close to it, just outside of the natural gravity field, I will cut back in. Alright, I have arrived at the newly created planet, and you'll see there with the marker for it that there are two numbers. The number above it is the, I believe, the radius of the planet, and the number below that marker is the distance to the center. And the reason I say that it's the distance to the center, you see, I actually approached the planet, and I took my time doing so because I didn't want to get caught by surprise in the gravity. And so as I got closer, I slowed down, and as soon as the gravity field showed up on the meter over there on the left-hand side, then I stopped and backed away a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and move forward, get closer, and then the gravity will show up there, right there. At this point, actual gravity is 0.05 G. And you'll notice also that there is a horizon indicator on the HUD. And I believe that's like pretty much normal to the planet's surface. And another number has shown up by the target reticle, 8516 meters in this case. And I believe what that is the distance to the surface. So at this point, if I were to turn off inertial dampening, you'll notice the power usage with inertial dampeners on is 17.87%. So it is thrusting, and probably can't tell by looking at the engines. Well, the forward engines are showing a little bit more than the default glow. And so this thing is thrusting against the gravity, and it's holding its position. However, if I turn the dampeners off, you notice right away I start accelerating toward the surface. And very quickly, the actual gravity number will increase. And by the time the actual gravity number reaches about 0.2 in my previous tests so far, this little mining ship reaches the point where it does not have enough thrust to pull away. Which is understandable because it's designed for mining. This is an episode 2 grade mining ship, very early game. It's not intended to be near a strong gravity field. But for science, that's what we're doing. Actual gravity is 0.7. At this point, I could still turn on inertial dampeners and bring the ship to a stop and hold position. But if I turn them off, I will begin accelerating again. And there will come a time when the ship is far enough into the gravity field that it cannot possibly escape. And so when approaching a planet, you want to do so carefully, and you want to bear in mind that it would be a good idea not to do so in a early game mining ship like this, and it would be a good idea to invest in some heavier thrusters, a lot more thrusters, perhaps some atmospheric thrusters and or hydrogen thrusters, and a large amount of hydrogen fuel. Exactly how much, I do not know, because I haven't gotten that far. But this will at least serve as a way to get planets into pre-existing worlds without having to restart your save. And now, because this is a test save, let's ride this thing down. At this point, gravity is 0.3. The ship cannot decelerate fast enough to come to a stop. It is going to hit the surface. So let's let it do that. And the surface detail looks great, I have to say. As far as orbiting a planet is concerned, given the game's top speed of 104 meters per second, it is doubtful that orbiting the planet would be possible. Alright, let's turn the jetpack off, and you'll see that not only has the ship landed, or excuse me, crashed into the surface, and some bits, at least one bit has broken off, it has actually left a crater in the surface. Planetary surfaces. Planets are completely 100% destructible voxel terrain. This is cool. But if you land on a planet, I would strongly recommend that you not do so unless the ship that you're landing with has the ability to land with a functioning power supply, assembler, refinery. Yeah, and if it's not an Earth-like planet, you're going to want an oxygen generator and tanks and so on. Yeah, but there you have it. Quick and easy way to add planets to an existing save. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.